So yeah, Top Gun Maverick is here. So yeah, it's slightly later than anticipated because of production, but Top Gun Maverick is here in cinemas. I'm so ready to see it. So yeah, slightly later than I was expecting because of the whole COVID-19 thing, but nice to wrap up the horrible year with a big blockbuster like Top Gun Maverick. So yeah, it's a lot longer than I anticipated, but Top Gun Maverick, a prime summer blockbuster, is finally here. It's just November, and the new releases, delayed releases, are finally being released. Top Gun Maverick being one of them. It's finally. So yeah, I'm here at the cinema, about to watch Top Gun Maverick. Oh my god, yes, I'm so fucking hyped, it's actually happening, yes! Hey guys, Roman the Reaper here. Yes, as you can tell from that little skit at the intro, Top Gun Maverick is finally out. It's been way too long, and I'm just so happy it is finally here. It is one of my most anticipated films of the year. I love the original. I think it's a great 80s classic. I rewatched it the other day in prep for this film, and yet it holds up wonderfully. So I'm really, really excited to see what this film has to offer, especially with it, everyone being unanimously singing its praises. I'm so excited. Anyways, that's enough from me. I'm gonna head to the screen now and go and see Top Gun Maverick. I feel the need for speed. It's time to re-enter the danger zone. Ooh, yes. So yeah, Top Gun Maverick. This has had a long, long road to the screen, coming 3+ decades after the original, and coming just over a decade after the death of director Tony Scott, who made the original film, and of course set back by numerous release delays, thanks to production logistics, and of course COVID-19. But it's finally here on our screens. Was it worth the wait? Let's find out. So Top Gun Maverick sees the return of Pete Maverick Mitchell. He's now a daredevil test pilot, pushing boundaries and the envelope, when he's called back to Top Gun to teach a new generation of fighter pilots the basics and what he knows for an undertaking unlike anything any living pilot has ever seen. Only one thing though, one of the pilots is Rooster, the son of his fallen co-pilot Goose. Right. As I said just there, this is a sequel coming 3+ decades after the original, and the long troubled road to the screen thanks to COVID-19 release delays and extended time to work out the logistics of filming the complex flight sequences. But honestly, I would say the time they took was pretty much worth it, because not only is this film really good, I would actually say it is better than the first. And not only that, and I'm not saying this lightly here, this is a near perfect sequel. The first major positive this film has in its favour is that it actually is a sequel. Like, it's not what has been done recently, you know, the whole requel thing, as it was dubbed in Scream, where essentially you take the iconic beloved franchise and bring it to a modern audience, you know, in the continuity of those original films that you knew and loved, but telling a new story with new characters, essentially going through familiar beats but in different ways. Top Gun Maverick has none of that. The familiar stuff is there. You've got the scene of of all the pilots shirtless on the beach doing a bit of sport, and it's very fun, as was the volleyball scene in the first. You know, you've got the piano scene. You know, you've got the opening, set the highway to the danger zone. You know, and you've got a scene of Maverick riding his motorbike. You know, these familiar nostalgic elements are there, but the story has actually moved forward, and this film actually tries to build on the original. Like, it's a kind of a thing in these sorts of films that the characters kind of stopped evolving after the first film, or in some instances have actively regressed and have to go through their same arc again. That is not present here at all. The character development here, especially for Maverick, is fresh and new and really enhances the original. And, you know, if you were to double bill these two, you can actually logically see Maverick as a character progressing, rather than just character development in Top Gun 1, stop there for about 30 or so years, and then have him do the same thing again. Like, it could have been really easy to do that and just call it a day, but the filmmakers here actually put a lot of care into making sure, you know, we as an audience, you know, really sympathize, really feel for Maverick. And it helps that Tom Cruise is really good here, like really good, you know. He's as cocky and charismatic as ever, but he also shows a lot of like emotional range, especially in how he's mellowed and matured in the years since the first film. Another win for character progression. And this is honestly at its best in a scene where Maverick goes and visits Iceman. I'm not going to say any more because it is very touching and you should see it for yourself. It's wonderful. Especially if you know what Val Kilmer is going through in real life. It makes it that that much more affecting. It helps as well that Tom Cruise is rounded out by a wonderful supporting cast of very fun and, in some instances, fleshed out characters like Miles Teller as Rooster. It is good to see him back in a film of this scale. Like, you know, after his experiences on other films, it's nice to see him having a big role in a big budget film, and he relishes it. He's really, really good. I really enjoyed Rooster's journey as a character. I really loved seeing his complex and strained relationship with Maverick develop over the course of the film, and it pays off wonderfully. The rest of the supporting cast is good. All the pilots have real genuine chemistry, and it, it shows because all the scenes they have together, all the jokes they share, all the emotional moments land wonderfully. There were so many audible laughs in my screening of the film, and when these guys were in danger, I really felt that I was that breathless in certain sequences. Another character I really enjoyed was Cyclone, played by John Hamm. John Hamm is really good here. I just really loved his whole thing. I was just getting increasingly frustrated with Maverick's behaviour, but he's sort of a straight man to Maverick, and it's a wonderful dynamic that I loved seeing develop over the course of the film. And all of this works its way wonderfully into the film's biggest asset and the reason to see it on the big screen, the aerial sequences. Wow. Now, I enjoyed the first film's aerial sequences. They're a lot of fun, they're very exciting. But these are on another level. Like, you can really see the level of care and dedication Tom Cruise, the cast, and the crew have put in to into doing it authentically and practically. So you feel that adrenaline rush. It is exhilarating. And in fact, another big win these sequences have over the first films is that these sequences deliver the big emotional payoffs, especially at the end. That we see these characters interacting, and then in their big final aerial sequences, it all comes together. The big payoffs happen, and they feel genuine and earned. I've genuinely not felt things like this in quite a while. Like, I felt an uncontrollable tingling feeling similar to what I experienced during No Way Home's final act, and I was gasping. I was breathless. I almost teared up. It is emotional, and you feel it. Another element I quite enjoyed was seeing the relationship between Maverick and Penny Benjamin. As I said, with the rest of the supporting cast, the chemistry is there, and I really believed these scenes between Tom Cruise and Jennifer Connelly. I definitely bought into their relationship. I maybe could have done with a few more scenes, maybe to see it develop more, but honestly, it's barely an issue at all, because as I said, their relationship is believable and you will buy into it because of that natural chemistry between the two. And yeah, all, the soundtrack's good as well, as you'd expect. The score by Harold Faltermeyer, yeah, he's back doing the score. He's joined by Hans Zimmer, Lady Gaga, and Lauren Balfe. The score's really good, bringing back those iconic Top Gun notes, and also weaving in a bit of Lady Gaga's song Hold My Hand. A very good song, by the way. It works wonderfully for the end of the film. And there's a few little hits that you'll recognise that will probably bring a bit of a smile to your face. And yeah, all in all, Top Gun Maverick, what a film. This is about as good a sequel as you can get, and it says something that even the issues I have is like literally the most minor of niggles. Like, it is a fantastic film that has to be seen on the big screen to be believed. This is without a doubt going to be one of my films of the year. It is fantastic, and overall I'm going to give Top Gun Maverick a 9.5 out of 10. It's so good. Go and see this at the cinema. You will love it. It is a crowd experience that has to be seen to be believed. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Top Gun Maverick. Let me know down in the comments. Have you seen it? What do you think of it? Are you a fan of the original? What did you think of this one in comparison to the original? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Don't forget the subscribe button if you're new, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload.